Hi, Austin. Liz King here, and today I want to talk about all things off-market selling and whether or not it's a good option for you. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Let's talk about the pros and cons. Let's figure out, if that's your pathway, and if you need help, I would be happy to help. So first thing, let's think about, obviously you can always list your home on the MLS, and the MLS is the major data center that allows all these websites to have data published. So Zillow and Redfin will get data from the MLS and publish that. The nice thing about the MLS, and obviously the Realtor portals, but the nice thing about that is that your home, if you list on the MLS, your home for sure gets pushed out to all of these different websites, which means that people in New York and California and Alaska or Brazil can look online. They can find data on your home and see those pictures, see the tour, and see if it's a good fit. So the MLS is going to be how you reach the most people and the most buyers. But that could be buyers who are super serious, or it could be buyers who are just like, let's see what my home's worth. I'm curious, and they have no intention of buying. So MLS is always an option. Recently, a few clients have asked about, should I just list my home on an off-market site and see if we get any bites? And, it's kind of an interesting model. There are pros and cons. So if you are listing a home on one of these off-market sites, obviously there's something to be said emotionally and mentally when it's this secret opportunity that you have that other people don't have. There's this exclusivity, and it makes it feel like the product available might be a little bit higher caliber. And so, I think that the homes that are listed on some of these off-market sites do give this perception of excellence. And I think that the people listing off market tend to price their homes at that premium with the thought that it's something I have that other people don't. And also, to some extent, I think people use the off-market websites as like a little check, as like, let's see if we get any interest at this price point. And if we do, great. If we don't, then we can adjust the price later. And so the off-market sites offer like a great testing ground. And if you are searching for a home, you should absolutely include both on-market and off-market opportunities. I think that when you are talking about properties that are listed off-market, you're also maybe talking about sellers who haven't gotten totally serious about selling yet. And once they do, because you will push to more people, again, quantity of buyers that might be competing for your property. Once you're on the MLS, you get more activity. But conversely, once you go on the MLS, you kind of are at risk for becoming stale if you don't sell at a certain price point. So, because all of a sudden what will happen is your property is listed and it pushes out to people and there's kind of some new excitement. And then if it's 2 weeks on the market, 3 weeks on the market, and it keeps just being a house that populates people's searches, but if it is on the market for a little longer, starts to feel stale, you get less showings. And I think I've had people that liked these listings that have been on the market for a number of days, and their perception kind of becomes, it'll still be there next week. I'll just wait for them to drop the price. And so on the MLS, you kind of risk having to drop the price to bring more people back in. So if you are going to list your home and you start off market, and it's kind of like that barometer for you, do we get showings at this price? Does there seem to be interest? You can kind of maybe get some feedback on the home and the state of the home. And it might give some better guidance as far as if you do have to go on the MLS, what would you list at? Because I think managing people's expectations and perceptions is a big part of the listing game. And the next question is, okay, so if you go on the MLS now, who are your buyers and who is making a move right now? And is it the bulk of people, or is it just kind of like a limited few? And I think right now, the people that have been making moves, it's a smaller number, But they're pretty serious. All of a sudden, we've had a lot of things going under contract. So there does seem to be a little momentum, but I feel like everyone's looking for this wonderful deal because it's off season. And I know that that's kind of where some of my recent buyers have been mentally. So if you list off market now, see if there's any interest kind of through the holidays. And then after the holidays, get a little bit more serious and potentially go on the MLS. I think it's a solid strategy. Again, if you are only off market, you're only getting a small buyer pool, but maybe some serious buyers walk through the door. So then the question is, okay, if you can mess around off market, or you can just say, I'll just go on the market. Again, there's just that risk of becoming stale if you don't sell over the holidays. And so then if not those options, then what do you do? And I know that I've had some clients that, I think last winter, what they did is they had the house on the market for a little bit and were like, are we getting showings? Are we getting showings? I'm like, not really. Because most of the people are worried about their holiday celebrations and they're just busy and there's people to buy gifts for or events to go to, and they just don't have time to look. And then I think they go to all those holiday parties, they're in everybody's houses, they look around, they're like, oh, look at, that kitchen was nice, or I really need to redo my bathroom. And people start to get annoyed. And then come January, once everything's over, they're like, I have time, I need to get serious about buying. And so I do think that if you don't push to list right now and instead work on finishing up those 1 or 2 projects that really make your house kind of stand out, if it needs paint, hire a painter, or paint it yourself. I don't know, it's not great, but it's doable. Or if it needs that new flooring. I mean, people always comment on things like flooring or countertops. Is there a change you can make that will actually, you'll see the money on the back end? Because maybe that's something to do now so that you're ready for the spring. But if you are going to list off market during the holiday season, or if you need help kind of navigating what do I do to help make more money, give me a call. I would love to come over and give you a consultation and see if we can figure out your strategy on positioning yourself well to get a quick sale, get top dollar, and make sure that you can move forward. So I'm Liz King, and I approve this message. That seems fair in our election cycle. No, I would be happy to help you find your next home.